Patton Sports Videocast is brought to you by Snap Laces. Snap Laces' elite lacing system was designed for world-class athletes. They come in hundreds of color combinations so you can perform well and look great at the same time. Buy a set online today by clicking through the top image on mopattonsports.com. LT360 is a health and weight loss company based in Brentwood, led by Coach Scott Oatsvall and Brent High. They have helped more than 700 clients in the last year get healthy, lose weight, and feel better with an all-natural program and simple approach to exercise and nutrition. LT360 offers free health and wellness seminars each week. For more information, visit their website at lt360.com or call them at 615-312-8244. Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe, Nashville's answer to fast, friendly, healthy comfort food. With a menu featuring assorted grilled meats, fresh veggies, and a dash of inspiration, Taziki's casual dining is perfect for lunch, before a movie, or a dinner featuring laughter and great memories. Originality is our nationality. With 7 Middle Tennessee locations, one of them is near you. Check www.tazikiscafe.com to select your nearest location and next favorite dish.
Hey, I want to welcome everybody into the Patton Sports Videocast. I'm Maurice Patton. We are on the football field on the hill at Franklin Road Academy. In a few minutes, we're going to catch up with Kris Palmerton, the athletic director up here. Just completed his first year, and what a first year it was. We're going to talk a little bit more to him about that. But want to give you our Express Employment Professionals North Nashville track and field update before we go any further. And we want to recognize our Patton Sports Spring Sports Athlete of the Week, all in one fell swoop. Ensworth Jr. Tyra Gittens had a nice little week over at Spring Fling in Murfreesboro last week. On Monday, she won the Division II pentathlon for the second year in a row. Came back on Thursday at the girls' track meet and won the high jump, the long jump, the 100-meter hurdles, and the 200. So that's five wins. That's 50 points in the Division II state track meet. And behind that, Ensworth wound up with a runner-up team finish behind state champion Harpeth Hall. So congratulations to Tyra Gittens, just a junior, so y'all got to deal with her for one more year. She is our Patton Sports Spring Sports Athlete of the Week, and there is your Express Employment Professionals North Nashville track and field update. Be sure and go to expresspros.com/NNashvilleTN for more information on industrial job opportunities in North Nashville. When we get back, we're going to catch up with Kris Palmerton, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what he did to lead to the success that Franklin Road Academy has had athletically this past year. We'll be right back.
John Mayer Builders proudly sponsors Patton Sports Videocast. With over 1,500 homes built in Middle Tennessee, John Mayer Builders knows the importance of families and communities. They have numerous business awards to their credit, proving that John Mayer Builders is built to win. Like them on Facebook. John Mayer Builders, our reputation is building.
Southern Athletic Fields originated in 1996 when Bill Marbett formed a company specializing in baseball and softball field materials. SAF has since grown and now has sales reps to cover over 12 states with products servicing many outdoor sports. Southern Athletic Fields takes great pride in working with our customers to achieve the best athletic field possible. Visit our website at www.southern-athleticfields.com or like them on Facebook. Dirt, you gotta love it.
Great teams have talent. They also have the necessary tools for success. BSN Sports delivers these tools whether your team needs uniforms, apparel, or athletic equipment to achieve greatness. Just like a winning teammate, BSN Sports is there for you. Their unmatched service ensures that you have best-in-class equipment for championship-level performance, plus uniforms and athletic apparel from the best brands in the industry to look your best when hoisting your trophy. The law practice of Allen D. Hall, PLC is grounded in providing exceptional legal services with the utmost trust and integrity. Legal services Allen provides include employment law, confidential investigations, general business law, risk management, and regulatory policy interpretation and drafting. Ultimately, if you need consulting solutions, Allen D. Hall needs to be your choice.
Express Employment Professionals North Nashville in downtown, owned by respected business leaders Christy and Jason Patrick, is the premier employment agency in the community. Express is one of the community's largest employers, consistently working over 500 people at over 125 private businesses each week in Davidson County. Whether you are a company looking for the next great employee or a candidate looking for the next great job, Express is the employment resource for you. Call them at 615-313-3690 or visit their website at www.expresspros.com/InNashvilleTN. Like them on Facebook at Express Employment Professionals, Nashville North and Downtown.
Hey, as I told you, we are here with Kris Palmerton. That's K-R-I-S Palmerton, the athletic director here at Franklin Road Academy, and he has wrapped up a pretty impressive first year. I don't know what you're going to do for an encore, Kris, but first of all, I appreciate you taking a little time with us.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here as well, Mo. Appreciate it.
You know, as I pulled up, you can tell we're on the football field, and if you're familiar with the layout up here at Franklin Road Academy, as you're standing on the football field, off to your right, as I'm standing, is the baseball field, and I was just telling Kris, scoreboard needs a little work.
Yeah, we've got a couple updates to do. State runner up from last year, and then this year's state championship team from last Thursday.
Yeah.
So 2 updates.
2 updates.
Can't wait to get them up there.
You don't mind that kind of update, though,
We
do you?
not. Absolutely not. Those are the good updates.
You know, and again, been a nice run for Franklin Road Academy across the board athletically this year, but talk a little bit about that baseball performance this past season, and you know, particularly the last little bit. I mean, 17-2 coming down the stretch, and everything that program's been through over the last year or so.
Yeah, well, it as you well know, Mo, it started off right before the season was to start. We had the passing of the legendary Coach Weicker, who was all the boys' head coach up until February, and so we had that to deal with. Mr. Casey, our headmaster, and I had already met with George and Coach Wilson actually back in July of this year, and because we wanted to support George the best that we could, and Coach Wilson we felt like would do that and give him the best help as an assistant head coach in that role and free George up to get better. So we had John to be there for Coach Weicker, and he ended up being there the whole way through. The unfortunate and obviously sad part was that George couldn't see it through here on earth, but I know he saw it from heaven. I've got to believe he had a big hand in it, quite frankly. Just so many stories and behind the scenes things that we as humans just couldn't really control whatsoever. His wife Lucy and daughter Libby were at every single game, continuing to score and keep the stats, and it was just a remarkable season.
And obviously Woody was a big part of it as well.
Woody was a huge part of it. Woody actually, I believe, had the highest batting average on the team with 420. Gave us some good pitching outings throughout the season, but was a catalyst. It seemed like every time we needed to get an inning started or something, Woody was there, and that's a whole other thing about the whole athletic season, Mo, is our seniors. This senior class has just been instrumental in the growth and the leadership. I mean, they really took the younger kids under their wings and brought them in, and you know, it was truly others before yourself mentality, and you know, everybody was in it together.
You know, and Glenn and I talked about this on our podcast earlier this week. You talk about those seniors, and one that you can't not talk about is Kenny Cooper.
Oh, absolutely. Kenny's one of my favorites, as I got to know Kenny throughout the year. Started weight training with me as I was new to the school as well, and new to these seniors, and each one I kept meeting, I just think to myself, my word, this is an impressive young man or woman, and it came through. But Kenny, you know, always light up a room with a smile, and just a tremendous athlete, but a tremendous leader and a tremendous peer and role model for the younger kids, and you know, had an outstanding basketball season, obviously, and we're glad that he's going to be close by to us at Lipscomb. And you know, he made such difficult catches look easy in baseball. You know, we were talking about Mike Cameron earlier from LaGrange High, my old stomping grounds, and you know, outfielders that can just glide and make catches. We're going to miss Kenny, that's for sure, on the hardwood and in the center field. And Kenny did a great job leading off for us too in the leadoff spot all season. So
you're talking about a kid who played in 5 state championship games, 2 in baseball, 3 in basketball.
And he finally got his ring.
I'm glad you
Thank
said
goodness.
it. Yeah.
He said it as soon as we actually, the feelings, I finally got my ring, and so well deserved.
Yeah, and with that, and we were talking about the success that you guys have had across the board. Basketball goes to the state finals this year, experiences a gut-wrenching defeat. But still, 25-8, I mean, that's an awfully good performance by John Pierce and that bunch.
Absolutely, and John does such a great job of leading that group. And again, the senior leadership we had on there, and all the role players from Jack Daughtry to Brennan Crook, but John and his staff do a tremendous job. And again, it's more than just the basketball. It's really fostering a brotherhood and a belief in God Almighty, and that it's for a greater cause.
Dropping back into spring fling for just a second, baseball wasn't the only place where you guys showed up. You had a nice run over on the track as well.
We had a great run on the track, led by our senior Drake Mitchell, who was third in the decathlon, and he'll be actually running at Belmont next year, so he'll be staying local as well. And I feel like, as a former track guy, they've got a diamond in the rough. He ended up finishing third in the hurdles, fourth in the triple jump, third in the high jump. It was actually fifth in the hurdles, and then was on the 4x2 that finished fifth. And then our 4x4 ended up sixth, and I believe they finished fifth overall in Division II. And they did outstanding. And our boys soccer team, they make the Final Four. They're in the spring fling over there as well. So we finished the spring really strong.
I'm gonna pick Chris up because you also had a champion over there on the track. Matt Ward in the pole vault went 14 feet even to win that. So as you said, Drake Mitchell had a great performance over in Murfreesboro. Matt Ward comes home with a medal as well.
He goes 14 feet and was unchallenged, had great attempts at 14.6 and just barely clipped it, but it was fun watching Matt.
And as you mentioned, you've got a little bit of a track coaching background, so you had a special appreciation for what those guys were doing.
Absolutely. It's a lot of thankless work and time on the track, and Coach David Tucker does a tremendous job with those boys. And again, he's a leader in faith. As I was there for the team devotional before we went out there, and he's got the boys pulling together, and they did really well.
When we get back, we're going to talk a little bit about the girls basketball team and their performance, what these guys out here did and what we've got to look forward to. And we're going to talk a little bit more to Kris Palmerton because I'm really interested in his background and what he did before he got here. We'll be right back.
Taziki's Mediterranean Cafe, Nashville's answer to fast, friendly, healthy comfort food. With a menu featuring assorted grilled meats, fresh veggies, and a dash of inspiration, Taziki's casual dining is perfect for lunch, before a movie, or a dinner featuring laughter and great memories. Originality is our nationality. With 7 Middle Tennessee locations, one of them is near you. Check www.tazikiscafe.com to select your nearest location and next favorite dish. At National Playmakers Academy, developing NPA athletes comes in threes. NPA develops its student athletes' academic, social, and football-specific skills. Next, NPA develops them for better exposure today, recruitment tomorrow, and college education through scholarships for the rest of their lives. We are proud of the outstanding athletes we have developed. We are more proud of the college graduates we have prepared. Work with National Playmakers Academy for developing gifted athletes into productive citizens.
Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers combine the best of bowling, games, food, drink, and fun. For all Middle Tennessee residents, Strike and Spare Family Fun Centers are the ideal destination for family entertainment. The safe, friendly environment is perfect for birthday parties for kids of all ages or business outings for adults who work too hard. Our friendly staff and fun atmosphere will help create those enjoyable memories with your coworkers, friends, and loved ones. Don't forget to sign your kids up for our Kids Bowl Free summer program. Visit us online at strikeandsparebowling.com or come see us in person at any of our nearby Strike and Spare locations in Donaldson, Hendersonville, Hermitage, Murfreesboro, and the Tusculum area for more details. We'll see you soon.
Chris, we talked about boys basketball. Girls basketball went to the state Final Four in Division IIA and had some familiar names out there performing, a couple of Caseys.
Yes.
Puts a little pressure on Chris, I guess, when two of the head of schools kids are on the team, huh?
Yeah, well, Chris obviously embraced that, especially when two of them are your two leading scorers. That always helps. And
they get the most shots.
Well, they do, but they're pretty good players, and they're definitely team players. We're excited about Taylor going off to play at Washington and Lee, and very glad to have Riley back, because she was on that state team, all-state team. So, but great girls, and our other girls on there, Allison McKinney, and just a great group of girls that helped lead that team, and they're going to have to come back and do that, as we lost 4 seniors off that group. So, but Chris Hart handled the season as well. As he's been so successful in that role, and continues to find a way to get it done. Exactly.
I mean, that's you take some of the teams that he has had and some of the players that he has lost, and you wonder how.
The same.
But he manages, like you said, to remain competitive and stay in the hunt for the Final Four and that kind of thing. And so you have to like that ability to reload even when it's not necessarily expected.
Exactly,
I guess.
Exactly. And to your point, Mo, he adjusts to what he has and coaches to that, and has done a great job in my short time, but I know the history of Coach Hart in the Panthers program, and he's proven that.
As we were talking off air earlier, you mentioned that we met up here not long after you got here, right about in this area, basically.
Yes, sir.
There was a scrimmage going on. I don't know that we knew what the season held for Bill Whittemore and this bunch at that point. 11-1. 11 straight wins before they lose in the state quarterfinals. Again, and it just comes back to nice run. They had, and it comes back to those seniors that you keep talking about.
It does, and with that group, as I mentioned, my son and I came here. We were here for the first day of weight training, and from day one, the senior that caught me by surprise, and I shouldn't say by surprise, but it did, was just literally the senior leadership from day one in that weight room, and that just kept fostering and growing and growing, and next thing you know, we had the scrimmage that you were up here for, and the coaches, and started looking at each other and thinking, gosh, are we this good? And can we be? We could be good, but the kids have to continue to buy in, and it's obvious that they did, because it was very special, and just a wonderful ride.
And it doesn't seem like the cupboard is bare, even coming off of an 11-1. When you talk about a Stockstill Diggs, when you talk about a Little Wilmore, when you talk about some of the folks that they've got coming back, a daughter again.
Yeah, Big Jack and Lance Wilhoit and all that bunch, and gosh, I would throw Adrian Roper in that mix and a few others. What I will say is today we had first day of weight training, and then after that the coaches already had the seniors out for a senior lunch, and kind of going over what's expected of them and what that looks like, and how they can get to know each other better and start leading the team. So that actually started today.
Senior lunch, perks.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that.
Pool party and pizza and fellowship, and start figuring it out.
There you go. You can't start too soon.
You cannot. You cannot.
Mo Patton Sports Videocast is brought to you by Snap Laces. Snap Laces' elite lacing system was designed for world-class athletes. They come in hundreds of color combinations, so you can perform well and look great at the same time. Buy a set online today by clicking through the top image on mopattonsports.com. LT360 is a health and weight loss company based in Brentwood, led by Coach Scott Oatsvall and Brent High. They have helped more than 700 clients in the last year get healthy, lose weight, and feel better with an all-natural program and simple approach to exercise and nutrition. LT360 offers free health and wellness seminars each week. For more information, visit their website at lt360.com or call them at 615-312-8244. John Mayer Builders proudly sponsors Mo Patton Sports Videocast. With over 1,500 homes built in Middle Tennessee, John Mayer Builders knows the importance of families and communities. They have numerous business awards to their credit, proving that John Mayer Builders is built to win. Like them on Facebook. John Mayer Builders, our reputation is building. We talked again. You came up here from Pace Academy down in Atlanta. But I'm fascinated by your background, because you spent 14 years at Pace?
I was at Pace Academy for 14 years and 10 years in Troup County, Georgia.
So you've been on both the public and the private side of things. And so I imagine as you step in here with everything that's going on in this state with regards to public and private, it's fascinating to you.
Yeah, it is. And, the biggest thing I was blessed to know I wanted to get into coaching when I was in 3rd grade. Literally had great role models, was the student manager on the sideline, walked down to our high school and asked if I could be involved, and our head coach Ron O'Connell said absolutely, and then I was managing basketball and football, so I knew I always wanted to be in that arena, and I happened to be a decent athlete myself, and as soon as I started at Auburn University, I was straight into education. And so my point to that is, you get in it because you want to be in the arena that you're in, and you've got to love kids, and it doesn't matter to me whether it's public school kids, private school kids. It's how you teach and how you love, because kids are kids. They really are. When you peel it back and take everything away, we're trying to teach the right lessons of morality and how you play and how you compete. But with the public and private split, there's definitely inequities out there. I mean, there's certain draws that private schools have that public schools don't. I mean, we'd be foolish not to say that that's not out there. At the same time, I think we're trying to offer the best product we can for the children that we serve, and I know our public school brothers are doing that as well. But it's a battle that's always going to be out there. I do think, as long as we're all playing by the same rules and following the rules, then we're fine. And I had the utmost respect for our private school competitors when I was in public school, and I still have a lot of great friends in public school to this day who, we're all in this together, quite frankly, when it gets down to the bottom line.
What's the bigger transition, Atlanta to Nashville or LaGrange to Atlanta?
Oh man, LaGrange to Atlanta.
I've been to all three, so
no doubt about it. LaGrange, Georgia is a wonderful, wonderful town. We still have a house there, right off College Avenue, right next to the college, and I've got kids that actually 2 who were coaching for me at Pace that I coached, and the great thing about when you're in LaGrange is everybody drives by and sees you out in the yard and they yell, "Hey coach, how you doing?" Then you stop and you have a glass of iced tea with them and catch up on their families. And,
you never get the yard done, though.
And you never get the yard done. Now, my wife accused me of that becoming a 3-day process because I talk too much. But but going to Atlanta, we loved Atlanta. It's a great city and so much to do and offer. And my kids ended up growing up from there, my oldest 3, and graduating from Pace, and it was a wonderful opportunity. And now my youngest is here as a freshman. And I'll tell you, Maurice, though, we loved Nashville from afar. We'd been up here for National Athletic Directors Conferences, watching Auburn in the Music City Bowl, watching Auburn and Vandy play and other sports, baseball and whatnot. So, easy transition, quite frankly. But we do miss LaGrange, I'll tell you that.
It's a great town. I've been there a time or 2 myself,
yes,
and
sir.
As we talked about. But I just, for such a small area, the athletic history and the athletes that come out of there, it just kind of fascinates me. We talked about Mike Cameron, and we talked about Wesley Woodyard and some of those guys.
Yeah, Tyrone Poole with the Carolina Panthers. I mean, there's a bunch, and I told you the story of when the 3 schools in the county, we all won a 4x1 state championship. That kind of epitomizes and tells you what kind of athletes you have down there.
No question.
But there's been so many. Blake Mitchell started at quarterback at USC, and linebacker.
Now, when he says USC, he's talking about South Carolina,
I am
not
about South Carolina.
Not the USC.
That's right.
Because I know there's a guy off camera here that would argue with you. I'll let y'all have that conversation.
At USC as well, out in Southern Cal.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, a lot of athletes out of LaGrange and a lot of proud people down in LaGrange, Georgia. They were LaGrange High was the USA Day football national champions in 1991, and had a lot of kids come out of there between Shroop High School, Callaway High School now, and LaGrange High School.
Yeah. Hey, Kris, it's hot out here. I appreciate you standing out here with us and taking a little time to talk about this program. And appreciate you guys for checking in on the Mo Patton Sports Videocast. I got to say something real quick. We're getting ready to lose a guy temporarily. Charles Pulliam, the guy behind the camera. I don't know if I can drag him around front here or not, but Are you in frame?
Oh,
Are you?
yeah.
Are you
I'm
sure?
there. I'm
Okay,
there.
you're here.
I got it
okay,
covered,
all right,
yeah.
cool. Hey, this guy is going back home for a few weeks to hopefully make a little money. Will this mic
yeah.
pick you up?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Tell
Yeah.
them what you're going to do and why we're not going to have a video for a minute.
Well, I'll actually be commercial fishing in Alaska. I grew up commercial
Wonderful.
salmon fishing.
Wow.
And now I got 2 months to do that, so I could see if I can make some extra money and throw
And
on a little
upgrade
more
some
there.
equipment.
Yeah, there we go. We'll see that happen. But yeah, yep, lots to do.
Hey,
That'll be fun.
this guy has been instrumental in the videos that you guys have been able to watch on Mo Patton Sports all year long. We kind of bit off a little bit more than we could chew early on that, and he kind of rode to our rescue on it, and I think he's done a great job, and really appreciate it, and don't go falling off any boats.
Oh, I think we'll be all right. Yeah, like I
Okay.
said, maybe we'll upgrade some equipment on the way back then.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Sounds good.
Absolutely.
Sounds good. Hey, Chris, I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mo.
Charles, I appreciate all you've done.
No problem.
I'm Maurice Patton. Glenn Hunter is now behind the cameras, and we're going to leave him there. But we'll catch up with y'all. Be sure and check out our podcast. We are going to keep those up early in the week, late in the week. Check out all of our written content on mopattonsports.com. Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Twitter. We'll catch up with y'all soon.